Welcome back to Northwoods Pursuit Will. Feel that warmth, smell that monkey, and look at those teeth. Proboscis monkeys are among the most striking and unforgettable primates on the planet. With their long, pointed noses and the occasional battle scar on their faces, these creatures have a powerful, almost dog-like appearance that sets them apart from the rest. Their fur ranges from dark brown to smoky gray and even jet black, perfect camouflage in the dense forest they call home. Have you ever seen one in the wild? Leave a 1 in the comments if you have, or a 0 if you haven't. And hey, don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you never miss out on the next wildlife adventure. One of their most distinctive features is their long, curved tail, a built-in balance beam that helps them stay balanced when leaping from tree to tree or sprinting across the ground. Their bodies are built for power, with broad shoulders, muscular skeletons, and powerful limbs that can make lightning-fast, decisive movements. You'll find proboscis monkeys scattered across the savannas and semi-deserts of Africa, from the western plains all the way to the eastern edge of the continent. They thrive in large, tight-knit groups, led by a dominant male who calls the shots. And here's the interesting thing, the social life of a proboscis monkey is the most complex in the animal kingdom. A troop can range from a few dozen to several hundred members, all of whom live according to a strict hierarchy. The alpha male isn't just the leader, he's also the protector, guarding against predators like lions, leopards, and hyenas. As the ultimate authority in the troop, he also claims mating rights to most of the females, ensuring his lineage stays strong. Within the troop, each male has a rank, hard-won through struggles for strength and dominance. Females follow their own hierarchy, often passed down from mother to daughter, which determines who gets the best foraging spots and access to mates. Communication is key in such a large society, and proboscis monkeys have a language all their own. From sharp, resonant barks that signal danger, to low growls meant to intimidate rivals, to soft murmurs meant to keep the peace, every sound and gesture has meaning. 5. As omnivores, proboscis monkeys have a menu as varied as their habitat. They eat fruits, leaves, flowers, seeds, tubers, and roots, but their diet is not limited to plants. Insects, spiders, lizards, and even small mammals like mice or rabbits are all targets. And on rare occasions, the herd will work together to take down larger prey, such as a small antelope or gazelle, proving that they are not only foragers but also adept hunters when the opportunity arises. Proboscis monkeys are equipped with a formidable set of weapons, sharp, powerful teeth and long, pointed canines, which are especially pronounced in males. These canines aren't just for show. They're perfect for tearing flesh and fending off predators. But muscle power isn't their only advantage. These primates show incredible intelligence when it comes to foraging and preparing food. They've been seen using rocks to crack open tough seeds or crafting simple tools to dig up hidden roots. Unfortunately, their existence is being pushed to the brink by a combination of environmental change and human expansion. Habitat loss is the biggest threat, as urban development and farmland replace the forests they call home. As food and shelter disappear, many species are forced into dangerous encounters with humans, raiding farms, destroying crops, and causing conflicts that put both sides at risk. Across many parts of Africa, booming proboscis monkey populations have become a serious headache for farmers. Their adaptability and all-you-can-eat appetite make them perfectly equipped to raid cultivated fields in large numbers. Corn, rice, potatoes, nothing is off the menu. And they don't just take what they can carry, they often trample the rest, leaving behind fields that look like a storm tore through. For many farmers, a single raid can wipe out an entire season's work, hitting both their income and their family's food supply. Even with fences, scare tactics, and other deterrents in place, these primates often prove to be one step ahead. Their intelligence and teamwork turn them into skilled raiders, finding weak points and outsmarting whatever defenses humans put up. For those trying to protect their crops, keeping proboscis monkeys out can feel like an endless battle. The trouble with proboscis monkeys goes far beyond destroyed crops. When they start showing up near homes, they can put human health and safety at risk. These primates are capable of carrying zoonotic diseases, illnesses that can jump from animals to people. And while most keep their distance, dominant males can become dangerously aggressive if they feel threatened or are defending their territory. There have been numerous reports of both children and adults being attacked, leaving communities on edge and eroding their sense of safety. To combat the problem, some communities have turned to regulated hunting as a way to keep numbers in check. The goal is to ease population pressure, protect farmland, and keep residents safe. Legal hunts are carried out under government-issued permits, ensuring the species isn't pushed toward extinction. In some regions, the sale of these permits even generates revenue that's funneled back into conservation programs or community development projects, creating a balance between protection and preservation. Do you think hunting proboscis monkeys with a firearm is the right solution? If yes, drop a 2 in the comments. If not, type 3. The idea sparks plenty of debate. Conservation experts warn that poorly managed or excessive hunting can disrupt the monkey's intricate social structure, creating instability and sometimes triggering even more aggressive behavior. Targeting just a handful of individuals often doesn't solve the bigger issue, the imbalance between their shrinking habitat and growing population. That's why hunting, if used at all, should be part of a larger, well-planned management strategy that includes non-lethal methods. When combined thoughtfully, similar approaches have worked in controlling other problem species without wiping them out. So what's your take? Could there be a smarter way to handle the problem? Share your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming wildlife videos. And don't forget, send this to a friend who'd enjoy the conversation. Welcome to Northwoods Pursuit, where urban wildlife gets real. Baboons are no longer just jungle dwellers. They're raiding homes, wrecking property, and spreading disease across U.S. cities. Florida alone saw a jump from 15 break-ins in 2011 to over 1,500 by 2014. It's time to fight back. We're bringing you real solutions, wild encounters, and the truth behind the chaos. Like what you see? Hit subscribe and join the pursuit. In Broward County alone, the baboon population once soared past 50,000, pushing authorities to take drastic action. When non-lethal methods failed, officials turned to firearms as a last resort solution. In response, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, FWC, rolled out strict hunting regulations to keep things safe and controlled. A statewide license became mandatory. Hunting was limited to a January to March window, and every hunter is now required to report kills within 7 days after the season, or risk steep consequences, including a 5-year hunting ban. To make sure the job is done responsibly, mandatory firearms training is now part of the process. Hunters are trained to use advanced tactics and modern equipment with precision. Keeping a safe distance, typically between 100 and 150 feet, not only boosts accuracy, but also ensures safety in the field. One standout tool has been the M3 impact gun, valued for its speed and reliability in close to mid-range encounters. Thanks to these efforts, Florida has seen a dramatic drop in baboon numbers, from 50,000 down to just 10,000. These focused efforts aren't just about protecting homes. They're about safeguarding Florida's fragile ecosystems and keeping the state's agricultural economy alive. As invasive species like baboons continue to spread, hunters are stepping up with advanced tactics that are changing the game. From high-tech camouflage to carefully coordinated teams, today's wildlife control is smarter, safer, and more effective than ever. Teams of 3 or more work together to cover more ground while maintaining safety and precision. Fruit bait is placed in key spots to draw baboons into the open, giving hunters a clear, ethical shot. Thanks to cutting-edge gear like high-precision scopes with zoom and tilt features, even tough conditions don't stand in the way. It's this blend of strategy, teamwork, and tech that's making a real impact on the front lines of Florida's wildlife crisis. To keep both people and native wildlife safe, Florida has banned night hunting under strict regulations. This thoughtful approach strikes a balance between effective population control and long-term conservation. Once baboon numbers are brought under control, hunting operations are expected to wind down, giving the ecosystem a chance to heal naturally. The state is also taking steps to ensure baboons aren't left vulnerable to other invasive predators during the transition. Still, not everything is black and white. Questions about health risks and the cultural controversy surrounding the consumption of baboon meat continue to stir debate. What do you think? Where should we draw the line between control and compassion? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're passionate about wildlife, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to follow the mission. At Northwoods Pursuit, we believe responsible hunting isn't just a tradition. It's a tool for protecting our communities, our ecosystems, and our future. Controlling invasive species like baboons requires more than just grit. It demands training, ethics, and a deep respect for the natural world. As we face these new wildlife challenges together, it's up to all of us to stay informed, stay prepared, and stay united. If you care about conservation, strategy, and the raw reality of wildlife management, stick around, there's more to come. Hit that subscribe button and join us on the front lines, where every decision matters and every pursuit has a purpose. This video is for educational and awareness purposes. All scenes follow local laws and ethical hunting guidelines. Welcome to the channel where we dig deep into the battle against invasive species, right here in the US and around the globe. Imagine this: farmers, scientists, and wildlife pros joining forces, using smart technology and targeted strategies to defend our land. These aren't just backyard pests, we're talking about species that cause billions in agricultural damage every year. In 2022 alone, more than 20,000 invasive animals were responsibly removed to help protect our crops, our ecosystems, and the livelihoods of rural communities. Stick around as we break down the latest innovations in wildlife management, tackle tough questions. Across several urban areas, rival gangs of macaques are making headlines, and not in a good way. These bold invaders aren't just stealing food, they're clashing with locals and even launching attacks on unsuspecting pedestrians. Their rise traces back to the 1970s, when massive deforestation forced wildlife into closer contact with humans. That disruption sparked a macaque population explosion that's been rattling city life and draining local resources ever since. Now, communities on the front lines, especially those near urban forests, are stepping up. They're launching focused wildlife management efforts to protect residents, safeguard agriculture, and restore a healthier balance between nature and the neighborhoods it's creeping into. It's not just about keeping monkeys out of trash bins, it's about preserving harmony between people and the wild world around them. To manage the surge of invasive monkeys, experienced wildlife trackers have turned to stealth and strategy. They bait the landscape with irresistible treats, ripe bananas, crisp apples, carefully positioned to draw the animals in. Then, hidden in camouflage blinds that blend into the terrain, they wait silently. When the troops approach, hunters use quiet weapons like bows and arrows, avoiding loud noises that might startle the group or escalate chaos. This low-impact method isn't just about efficiency, it's about respect. Every step is designed to minimize stress on the animals while protecting the balance of local ecosystems. Still, even with skill and precision, the job is no walk in the park. A typical hunter may only capture 2 or 3 monkeys a day, while the most seasoned can manage 5 or 6. These aren't small creatures either. Adult macaques can grow nearly 3 feet tall and weigh up to 50 pounds. Tracking and capturing them takes serious strength, patience, and a deep commitment to humane wildlife management. Deep in the forests, skilled marksmen take a calculated approach to managing invasive monkey populations. Armed with bolt-action rifles, most commonly chambered in .223 or .243, they rely on patience, precision, and a deep understanding of animal behavior. From hidden vantage points, they scan the canopy, listening closely for the distinct calls of monkey troops before taking aim. Shooting from a controlled distance of 100 to 200 yards, they work to limit their impact on the surrounding environment. But it's not just about marksmanship, it's about ethics. These hunters follow strict guidelines to ensure humane outcomes, aiming for vital zones like the head or neck for a swift, clean kill. They target only fully mature monkeys, carefully avoiding pregnant females and younger animals to support ecological balance and biodiversity. It's a method rooted in both discipline and respect, one that blends precision with a long-term vision for the health of our forests. This careful, disciplined strategy is more than just population control. It's a commitment to animal welfare and responsible land stewardship. By blending modern techniques with deep respect for nature, Hunters play a key role in preserving the balance of ecosystems that future generations depend on. That's why ethical hunting practices matter more than ever. It's not just about removing a threat, it's about doing so with care, integrity, and a long-term commitment to conservation. Responsible hunters and wildlife managers are stepping up as stewards of the land, using skill and restraint to protect our communities, our ecosystems, and the delicate balance that holds it all together. If you're passionate about preserving wild spaces and learning how modern conservation works in the real world, don't miss what's coming next. Hit subscribe, stay tuned, and join us in the next episode as we uncover more powerful stories from the front lines of invasive species control. This video is for educational and awareness purposes. All scenes follow local laws and ethical hunting guidelines. Hey folks, welcome to Northwoods Pursuit, where we track the unexpected wild stories unfolding in today's America. Believe it or not, one of the most surprising threats creeping into our cities isn't a coyote or a black bear, it's baboons. That's right. In 2024, the USDA reported over 1,000 incidents of these clever primates breaking into homes in search of food. What used to be an odd sighting is now a growing crisis. Are our traditional wildlife control methods enough? Or are we overdue for something smarter, tougher, and more adaptive? Today, we're diving into the heart of the issue, exploring how communities are standing up, fighting back, and finding new ways to reclaim their peace of mind. Stick around and drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your take and might even feature it in our next episode. Things are getting wild, literally. What started a few years ago with just a dozen or so curious baboon break-ins has exploded into over 1,500 cases reported in 2024. And these aren't your average backyard critters. Baboons are smart, strong, and fearless, and they're tearing up suburban neighborhoods. Homes have been ransacked, cars destroyed, and the total damage? An unbelievable $175 billion. But it's not just the mess they leave behind. Their droppings carry bacteria that can spread disease to humans, turning this into a public health concern. In Broward County alone, more than 500 baboons are believed to be roaming free. With traps and fences failing, some communities are going to extreme lengths, yes, even arming themselves, just to protect their homes and families. In response to the escalating baboon crisis, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, FWC, has tightened the reins with strict new regulations. Anyone hoping to hunt these invasive primates must now obtain a statewide license and stick to a designated hunting season running from January through March. But this is an open season. It's a carefully controlled operation. Each hunter is required to report any baboon taken within 7 days. No excuses. Miss that window, and you could face serious consequences, including a 5-year suspension from all hunting activities in Florida. On top of that, participants are now required to complete a certified firearms safety course, ensuring every hunter knows how to handle their weapon with care, accuracy, and accountability before heading into the field. As the baboon population surged, Florida's hunters had to adapt fast, bringing smarter strategies and more advanced gear into play. Success hinges on precision, which means maintaining a safe yet effective range, typically between 100 and 150 feet, to minimize risk while ensuring clean, accurate shots. At the forefront of this effort is the Impact M3 air rifle, a cutting-edge tool praised for its speed, pinpoint accuracy, and reliability in close to mid-range scenarios. This powerful air rifle has proven to be a turning point in the fight, helping drive the baboon population down from over 5,000 to just around 1,000. But the benefits go beyond population control. These efforts are restoring balance to local ecosystems, shielding farmland from destruction, and protecting Florida's vital agricultural backbone. Controlling invasive species like baboons today isn't just about pulling the trigger. It's about thinking smarter, moving quieter, and working as a unit. Modern hunters are stepping up their game with high-tech camouflage that blends seamlessly into Florida's wild landscape, making it nearly impossible for these sharp-eyed primates to detect them. Bait traps, especially fruit-based lures, are strategically placed to draw baboons into more visible, controlled spaces where shots can be taken safely and cleanly. But the real game changer: teamwork. Hunters now operate in coordinated squads of 3 or more, using radios and hand signals to communicate, cover more ground, and keep everyone safe. It's no longer a solo pursuit. It's a carefully choreographed mission that's delivering real results. Technology is playing a critical role in turning the tide against Florida's baboon surge. Today's hunters rely on precision optics, scopes with adjustable zoom, tilt, and even thermal features to lock onto targets in dense brush or under unpredictable weather. But it's not just about the gear, it's about how it's used. Strict regulations are in place to ban nighttime hunting, helping protect other species and reduce the risk to nearby communities. This isn't about wiping baboons off the map. It's about restoring balance. Once the population is under control, the goal is to scale back hunting operations and let the ecosystem recover naturally. At the same time, wildlife officials are taking steps to make sure baboons don't fall victim to other invasive predators, keeping Florida's fragile environment in check for the long haul. Managing invasive species isn't just a numbers game. It opens up a bigger conversation about ethics, responsibility, and where we draw the line when it comes to controlling wildlife. Are we doing enough? Are we going too far? That's where your voice matters. We'd love to hear what you think about the moral side of these efforts. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're into real, unfiltered stories from the front lines of wildlife management, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Just a quick note, everything shown in this video follows local laws and ethical hunting standards. Our goal is to inform, not sensationalize, because awareness is the first step toward real solutions.